Let's make a roasted red pepper hummus. Okay, there. Here's the red bell pepper. Now, here are all of the ingredients: lemon, avocado oil, cumin, tahini, chickpeas, salt, pepper, and garlic paste. All right, got the ingredients going. Everything's here. Oh, and the red bell pepper. So I started by gutting the bell pepper, like just taking the stem out, seeding it, washing it, and cutting out the little lining. So I have to roast the bell peppers, so I put them on a baking sheet, added a little olive oil to the outside skin because I got to bake those bad boys up, and later on I have to take the skin off. This is the first blend of the tahini and the lemon juice. But here we go. We have the tahini and the lemon juice added in the blender. I decided to use my smaller cup. I didn't need that big blender for this recipe. I'm adding the avocado oil, 2 tablespoons here. And next, I am adding the garlic paste. I used the garlic paste. I didn't use the fresh minced garlic because I didn't want like chunks of garlic to get lost in the blender. So I used that with the cumin, just a pinch of the cumin. I only used 1 can of chickpeas, so I didn't want to overdo any type of seasoning. And a little bit of cayenne pepper for a spice. And then just a dab of that kosher salt. Not much. I'm not a salt eater. So, just a little bit, and then a little bit of white pepper that was, okay? Now, one thing about this thing, you blend, 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 and I like my hummus smooth. I don't like no, like, real chunky hummus. So, I put that on the blender, and I actually used it on puree. I pureed it, and I let it go for the first 13 seconds. So I only use those ingredients for the second blend because remember the lemon and the tahini both got blended first. And then now I'm adding those other ingredients that I just showed you for the next 13 seconds to blend well, y'all. Okay, let's see. So now I'm going to take this off, check to see what that consistency is like. Okay, right now it's really creamy, but I had to think, hey, you haven't added the chickpeas yet. So here we go. Now the recipe called for only using 1/2 of the can at a time. So we're going to just put only about 1/2 of the can inside of the little blender thingy. Oh, and again, I'm using the Ninja blender. If anyone wants to know. So that's half of the can of chickpeas. I'm going to just add this top back on there. This should really thicken it up. And let that go for another 13-second blend, y'all. Each pulse that I used was for a 13-second span. So now here are the roasted bell peppers, y'all. So I roasted them in the oven, and it did take about 20 minutes. You use a plastic Ziploc bag, throw those bell peppers in the bag, let it sweat in the bag, and the skin will easily come off. And please use a piece of aluminum foil to prevent what happened to my pan. You see here, these burn marks are going to be hell getting off. The other half of the can of chickpeas to give it that final blend with all of the other ingredients. So that should make it even more of a thicker consistency, although I'm going to add about a couple teaspoons of water just so that it won't be too thick, okay? On another 13-second blend, the final blend of the recipe. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I love that consistency. And it was really smooth, y'all. It was really smooth. So, adding the very last ingredient. I'm sorry, I think I just told y'all that was the final blend. No, that wasn't the final blend. I had to get the main ingredient. Okay, so I had to put in that roasted red bell pepper that you guys saw me roast earlier. We don't put raw. We put roasted red bell pepper in here. So I added that. Now it's for the final blend of the pulse of 13 seconds long, y'all. Okay, I think a total of, I think I blended this thing like 4 times. Maybe I should have counted. I think it's about 4 times. So that means maybe it's about a full minute to a minute and a half of a total blend. The concept is to have a really smooth hummus. If you like hummus, try this. Now, I don't know if you are a red pepper lover. I really love red pepper, but it's not a very bold taste. So it's just like a hint of the roasted red bell pepper. And yes, I was supposed to use two, but I thought the one would be enough. I know I was only using one can. And look at it, y'all. It turned out so creamy. And look at that. Perfect. Perfect hummus. Be sure to leave me a comment if you choose to use this roasted red pepper hummus recipe. So here's the hummus, y'all. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I added a little of the roasted red pepper for a garnish on the top, like they usually do in the store when you get the little roasted red pepper hummus. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. My very own roasted red pepper hummus. I have to get that pretzel thin together and let's give it a taste, y'all. Oh, that looks so good. So creamy. Okay, let's check it out, y'all. Mmm. Mmm. 10 out of 10. I'm going to do it again.